was the last time you saw them, Maggie and Paul?
Right after I took the chicken from Bubba.
And the video we've seen is timestamp 8:44 p.m. Is that correct?
That's right.
So was it shortly after 8:44?
It was.
And
it wasn't long after that, because you can hear when Bubba gets the chicken, and it wasn't long after I took the chicken from him that I left.
Big day. But what about his body language? A lot of things. He's turned to the jury. First of all, he knows how to do that. But there were a lot of moments that we need to analyze here. Let's bring in our expert. Joining us now in Alexandria, Virginia, body language expert, New York Times bestselling author of You Can't Lie to Me, Janine Driver, back with us. You can check her out on TikTok at Body Language Institute. Janine, great to see you.
Nice to see you, Vinny.
What a big day. Let's get right to it. This is the moment, I'm going to play again. This is the moment where Alex Murdaugh gets two of the jurors in tears in the jury box. Let's watch it, and then you tell us what you're seeing in this part of the testimony. Let's take a look.
Do you love Paul?
Did I love him? Like no other. He and Buster.
Do you love Maggie?
More than anything. I love Maggie from the first time we went out.
Did you kill Maggie?
No, I did not kill Maggie. I did not kill Paul. I would never hurt Maggie, and I would never hurt Paul, ever, under any circumstances.
All right, Janine, what are you seeing there?
Well, I think the obvious thing is we see him shaking his head yes. And I've got to tell you that the world of detecting deception, we're divided on this. Half of us say, you know, that's irrelevant because we have a second dialogue coming into our head where it's like, I can't believe you're even thinking about this, or I'm telling you the truth. So we hear him saying no, but the other half of us, including some people I'm friends with who interviewed the Taliban after 9/11, they swear by this head nodding right here. So he's saying he didn't do it, but he's shaking his head yes. So for me, there's more to the story in there, but it's definitely a hot spot. Now his nose is running. He's got all kinds of saliva coming at us. I personally think he's a good actor. I think it's sad that the jury's crying. And the reason why I think this, Vinny, and you at home, is one of the best ways to detect deception is to stop bringing on the affect that they have. Stop mirroring them. We naturally do it. You yawn, Vinny, your handsome little pink tie, and I yawn seconds later, right? Because it's just innate. It's called mirror neurons. Salespeople do it on purpose. You touch your tie, so I fix my necklace, so you like me better, Vinny. So we do it strategically. The jurors, by crying, it indicates to me they are mirroring him. When we mirror people, we like them. My mom drinks a cup of iced tea when she was alive. I would drink it and put it down at the same exact time. So it's not good news for the defense with regard to the crying. I've got to tell you, though, we don't know what the catalyst is for the crying. Is it fake crying? Potentially. He does a lot of other things that I hope we get time to talk about here, including tongue protrusions, and he's got a dry mouth and this tongue pushing inside his cheek. So let's see what else you throw my way.
All right, we've got him now talking about the 911 call because the timing of it is a big issue in the case. Let's watch.
Did you see them on the ground when you're pulling up in your Suburban?
I did.
And what'd you do when you came to a stop, Alec?
I think I jumped out of my car. I'm not exactly sure what I did, but no, I got out of my car. I know I ran back to my car, called 911. I called 911. I was on the phone with 911, and I was trying to tend to Paul. I was trying to tend to Maggie. And I just went back and forth between them.
Okay. Tell me what you're seeing.
Huge hot spot here. Listen, let's go back to Star Wars. There is no such thing as try. You're either tending to both of them or you're not. Try would be okay as I tried to save their life, because try indicates fail. The problem here, Vinny, and you at home, is he's saying, I tried to tend to them. That indicates to people like me who train the CIA, the FBI, the Scotland Yard Police, people who are separating fact from fiction, for years trained in this category. Tried means failed. It says to me he didn't try. He failed at attending to them just to try to help. Yes, you could say, I tried to save them, then they were dead. That try makes sense because, in fact, they're dead. The fact he says try here is suspicious. Now, I will say in his defense here, I'm not a big fan of his. I do think, in my expert opinion, he did this. But his inner eyebrows pulled together and up, and this wrinkling of the forehead, something we didn't see with Amber Heard with the Johnny Depp trial. Amber should watch this guy for great acting, is indicative of true, authentic sadness. And now we don't know what the sadness is. What is the catalyst for it? Quite frankly, I'm really good. I could fake cry in seconds and pull my eyebrows together. I'm not going to do it because my makeup's on and I look adorable tonight in this red. I want to talk about, with lying, something in particular. We have this reflexive breathing that happens, this heavy breathing we hear him doing, and he gets dried mouth quite a lot today in the stand. What happens is our membranes are drying out in our mouth, because lying is changing our blood flow. It changes our heart rate and our blood flow. He also does a lot of tongue protrusions. You see these tongues coming out. The tongue comes out for a couple of reasons, a lot. It comes out when I'm thinking, right? If you're threading a needle, I want you to think, you at home, you thread that needle, you have to stick your tongue out. It's a deep concentration. It often happens with deception. We stick our tongue out with embarrassment, and we stick our tongue out when we are lying. So this is suspicious to me, these tongue protrusions. And then the big one is he pushes his tongue inside his mouth quite a bit. I want to let you know, everybody, actors, they do this. Not a problem when they are demonstrating a sarcastic joke. This is often done with irony, this high stress, this contemptuous stress, where it's like, yeah, I didn't do it. So you'll see that quite a bit. If you knew what to look for, you would walk away saying, wow, this guy should be in Hollywood, not just a lawyer. I think it was really good acting.
I've got one more, the cross-examination. Let's take a look.
I remember stealing from people, I remember lying to people, and I remember misleading people. For me to tell you that I sat down with each one of these people,
I'm asking you to tell me about just one conversation, one time where you recall looking somebody in the eye and convincing them with your lies that nothing was amiss. One conversation.
there were plenty of conversations where I looked people in the eye and I lied to them. There were plenty of times where I took money that I shouldn't have taken. There were plenty of times where I stole money.
All right.
Hey, listen, I hope the cards fall on the right, and on justice side here, and that he ends up being found guilty. I think that this guy is a master manipulator. He's had a lifetime of lying. He just admitted it right there. And if you look, even when he's admitting to being a liar, we still have that high stress happening. The same kind of stress that he's talking about when his son's brains are blown out. We see that wrinkling of the forehead with something with, hey, I have lied throughout my life. So that same type of forehead activity is happening. I think he's a good actor. I'm transported back, Vinny, with Drew Peterson. Remember him? I'm going to wrap right here. But Drew Peterson in jail for killing his third wife, Kathleen Savio, his fourth wife, Stacey, still never found. Overly charming is alarming. My friend Frank Marshall used to work at the FBI, says overly charming is alarming. And the sad news about these toxic people is that jurors fall for it every time.
Janine Driver, thank you so much.
Not every time. Not every time.
Not
I'm
every
give the jurors a good credit. And they busted Amber Heard as a liar. So not every time. Not every time. I misspoke.
All right.
It's nice to see you, and everyone be safe out there.
All right.